So I'm sure all of you have been in the situation where you're in a face-it pug and you're dropping 30 or more kills, however still losing rounds and because of this losing the game. Now frags don't mean everything all the time, and yes, granted, in pugs, frags are much more important than they are in Team CS in terms of the exact impact they have per kill for your team. However, you also need to consider and understand the difference between impact frags and useless frags as well. So the difference is actually fairly simple to understand, and that is impact frags will be things like opening duels, trading a teammate, or simply mid-round kills before the bomb is planted and the round is either won or lost. Useless frags can be things like exit kills after the enemy is planted and you're actually already planning to save, or also just trying to hunt down and get as many kills as possible, or even if you're on the opposite side of it and you're actually hunting the people who are saving if you've planted the bomb and trying to get an extra kill that way as well. These kills aren't very impactful, yes. I know that they sort of can be considered to have a little bit of an impact because it will obviously break the enemy's economy. However, it isn't as much of an impact as the kills would be early on in the round. Also, another one that I just forgot to mention is eco frags. Even though we all love eco frags and we all hunt for them, they really aren't that impactful at all. So the biggest problem I see when players who either have a very high average on Faceit or even do very well in games in terms of pure frags still manage to lose games. Now, why is this exactly? Well, it can be for many different reasons. The first one that I just spoke about in terms of the frags not being impactful and being what I call useless frags, meaning the kills that they're getting really aren't even helping the team to win. On the other hand, it can also be in the case of a player having all the frags but baiting their teammates a lot of the time to either be the last alive every round and simply try get the exit frags. But it could also be the case of not trading and also just playing for themselves a lot of the time. And yes, also you can even try as hard as possible some games to carry but still lose. However, that will be about 1 in every 10 games, and if you're good enough to carry, then you should be winning and not really complaining about your teammates losing you the game. So now we've spoken about the reasons why you're still losing pugs and even when you're dropping that 30 or more kills a game. So now let's talk about the solutions to how you can stop this from happening and actually start to rank up by having an impact. That is the keyword I'm using in this sentence. Impact. If your kills are useless kills, then there really isn't a point to them. You need to try go for more impactful kills, either being opening duels, trading teammates, or simply mid-round fights. Don't go for those exit frags to start off with getting 3 kills when the enemies just simply start throwing themselves at you when you're in a 1v5, because they simply will not help you win the round. All that will do is boost your ego, thinking you're better than you actually are, thinking you're better than your teammates, and it will simply just make you a toxic player and lose games because of it. Just because you're on 30 or more kills doesn't mean you're the best player in the game or even on your team. It could just be meaning you're baiting everyone else for kills and not actually trying to win. Players who usually want to win in pugs do actually go for these impactful plays a lot more. However, it makes it much more challenging when you don't really have teammates who can back you up with these plays. So next time you're in a game, look around at your teammates, ask them what they're doing and what they want to be doing in the round, and also what you can do to help them out for yourselves. You can either play around them in order to make an impact for your team. Sometimes they won't really respond to you, and I understand that because at the end of the day it is a pug and some players don't really like communicating. But you can still use your common sense in that scenario to understand where you should be just by being aware of what your teammates are doing. I'm not asking you to 1v5, okay? I'm not really asking you to be Superman in the situation. I'm simply asking you to make sure that your kills that you're getting are actually making an impact for the round win. A great way for you to keep track of actually how much impact you have on a round is through Latify. Now, this isn't a sponsor. I use this website every day for myself, and I found out that you can actually easily get a good understanding of how much you're actually helping out for your team. This can be things through like the Latify rating system, basing off not only who deals the final point of damage to an enemy, but also who contributes as well, such as things like damage, being traded, flash assists, and also much more. This will help you understand games you had a great impact on, but also the games you didn't. This isn't a way you should look at to improve, however, as you still need to understand why the rating is telling you if it's high or low in the game. However, it still does give you a decent understanding and a few pointers and tips to put you in the right direction. For example, if I look at mine right now and see I have a really high positive Leafy rating on one game, and then we look at a different game and it's extremely negative, then I can look at both of these games, both of the demos, and compare them to exactly what I've done differently in each game to give myself an understanding of how to improve. Everything I have said in this video is based off of my opinion when it comes to why you're still losing games while top fragging. So please don't take it completely for factual information here. This is simply why I think players still lose games while also at the same time dropping 30 or more kills a game. Let me know what you guys think the reason for players who drop this many kills still losing games is in the comments below. But until next time guys, it's been Glaze and I'll speak to you very soon.